Could Tate McCrae be on the brink of cancellation, all because of one collaboration? Let's find out. Before we dive into the drama, I'll probably have to introduce to you on who she might be. You might even be wondering, who even is Tate McCrae? Well, Tate McCrae is no newbie to the game. She's a Canadian pop star with serious talent. She sings, writes her own music, dances like a pro, and recently has been dominating the sexy pop lane. After her breakout single, Greedy, peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, her career skyrocketed. That success led her to embrace more Y2K-inspired pop sound. Think early Britney Spears vibes, but with a Gen Z twist. Her latest album, So Close to What, became her first ever #1 album on the Billboard 200, selling over 140,000 copies in the first week. It was huge for sure, but it didn't even have a top 10 single just yet, but it's clear Tate's only going up from here. Or is she? Now, here's where things get messy. Last Friday, Twitter or X or whatever lost its mind when Tate McCrae dropped a collab with none other than Morgan Wallen. Yep, him. In case you've been living under a rock, Morgan Wallen is massive in country music. He's had multiple #1 hits, dominates the charts, and is a streaming powerhouse. But he's also been on the center of controversy, notably for being caught on video using the N-word and being accused with Trump/MAGA culture. He's still widely successful, but Stan Twitter has never forgiven him. So when Tate McCrae started to team up with him for a song called What I Want, which is now pacing for a possible #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, a lot of people were like, girl, what are you doing? Some fans are starting to call her Tate McMAGA, trying to cancel her for associating with someone like Morgan. But is that fair? Let's be real, there's a lot of serious double standards happening here. Because when Post Malone collaborated with Morgan Wallen, there was basically zero backlash, and they both got a number hit from that song called I Had Some Help, and it was mega successful from the last year. But now that a young woman like Tate is collaborating with someone who's done a lot of things that are bad, she's the one being dragged the most? Make it make sense. Also, let's not forget, Tate is Canadian. She can't even vote in the US elections. And as far as we know, she hasn't said anything or done anything politically controversial. So why are people suddenly assuming that she supports MAGA just because of the Morgan Wallen collaboration? And don't sleep on the role of the record label here. RCA likely orchestrated this collab because labels want numbers, and Morgan Wallen really has those numbers. It's a business decision, not necessarily a personal endorsement. So is this collaboration going to ruin Tate's career? So let's break it down. The #1 first effect from her career afterwards, after this collaboration, I feel like she's gonna lose a lot of fans, especially to those who are deeply invested in social justice and stan culture. And second of all, I think after she's released this collaboration with Morgan Wallen, I feel like she's going to have newer fans that are also Trumpies, not gonna lie. I feel like some of them are Trumpies or white. And I feel like she reached a new audience for her to portray. And I feel like since Morgan Wallen, not gonna lie, I think he has a lot of listeners or supporters. I feel like all those supporters are gonna go listen to Tate's music also, or they will be also tuning into her music too. So I feel like she'll gain and lose fans at the same time during this collaboration. And that's also win or lose. And plus, she's already succeeding. What I Want is tracking as one of her biggest hits yet on the US. Whether you like it or not, numbers don't lie. It's pacing at #2 right now on the Billboard Hot 100, and it's just early predictions. And as long as a lot of people are going to stream and buy more of this, I feel like it's going to dethrone Just In Case by his new song called Just In Case is pacing for #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it's pacing at #2. So I feel like if a lot of people would buy it more, then, it would climb up the charts, I guess, in the near future. But here's the real tea. If Tate really wants to be one of the next main pop girls, like Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, not gonna lie, then she needs to start building a clearer identity. Right now, her image is still a little too bland, or it's been seen on the music industry as before, because a lot of people think of her as like the new Britney, or not the first Tate McCrae. So she needs to carve her own lane, and she needs to also stop letting the label fumble her rollouts, because Sports Car, it should have been the first single on So Close to Wed, and they chose It's Okay, I'm Okay, and that's not more of a radio friendly hit than Sports Car, and Sports Car even charted better than It's Okay, I'm Okay, the lead single, mind you guys. So here are my final thoughts. No, this collaboration isn't the end for Tate McCrae. If anything, it might be a turning point. And yes, it's controversial. Yes, it sparked backlash, but if she played her cards right, rebranded a bit, and chooses smarter singles and distances herself from label-driven chaos, then she could come out bigger than this than ever. So just give her time. And one last time, Tate McCrae is not going anywhere. So what do you guys think? Is Tate canceled, or is this just the beginning of her pop reign? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below and hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.